Today I'm going to teach you how I learned how to cook artichokes in a 3 Michelin-star restaurant. See these bad boys? They look intimidating. They're very delicious. They're very simple to prep. They're very simple to cook. I'm going to show you an old school technique. It's called artichokes barigoule. Okay? Barigoule is a poaching liquid made with lemon juice, white wine, mirepoix, herbs, olive oil. What you do is prep these artichokes, we drop them in nice and slow, we're gonna poach them really gently, and then we're gonna make a nice, bright, fresh salad, cook our artichokes off and finish them on top. It's gonna be so delicious, it's gonna be so easy. Watch, learn, pay attention. Artichokes are not scary, they're delicious, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by making our barigoule liquid. Right now I have simmering water, okay? What I'm gonna do to add to that water is I'm gonna put the juice of 1 whole lemon, okay, and put shallot, get your shallots in. You're basically making a vegetable broth bouillon de légumes, but you could also use chicken stock, you could also use vegetable stock in the place and just fortify it with all of this stuff. Garlic going in, okay? Leeks, make sure you wash them. Cut the ends off, slice them right in half, and see all these little layers hold a lot of sand. Cut them and rinse them. Lukewarm water in a sink. Leek, bay leaf, carrot. Now I'm cutting all these vegetables nice and thin. I really want them to be fresh. I want it to cook quickly, and I want the flavor to be nice and fresh. I don't want to stew this for a very long time. I want the flavor to be very fresh and vibrant. Celery, salt, fair amount of salt, black pepper, white wine, and olive oil. Give it a little taste. You want it to be punchy, acidic. It's good. I'm gonna put juice of another lemon because I want it to be quite acidic. Parsley stem and thyme. A little more olive oil. Now you want to bring that to the simmer. Let all those flavors come together. And I'm going to show you how to prep the artichoke. Artichokes oxidize very quickly. It means they turn brown very quickly. So what you want to do is take a lemon, give it a nice roll, get the lemon juice into a bowl, some nice cold water, and lemon juice. Then what we're gonna do is prep the artichokes and plunge them into there once they're peeled. Take the artichoke, take it just over halfway from the artichoke. Use a serrated bread knife. It's the easiest way to get through it, okay? And just cut it straight down, just over halfway. Straight down. Next, just nick the bottom off. Then what you're gonna do is cut all the way around. So you're gonna start here and start cutting and just turn the artichoke as you cut. And you're just taking off that outside layer of leaves. They're very hard, they're very bitter. What you're left with is this. Now what you wanna do is take these leaves that are remaining on the bottom and just peel them off with your hands. Now, this is a turning knife. The reason why it's called a turning knife is because you can turn it in your hands, which is what we need to do to this artichoke. We need to peel down the stem, and once we get to the base, turn the knife and go towards yourself. Now, and turn into you. You're gonna be able to see the fiber, the tough, dark green skin, and that's what you're peeling off. You're trying to get underneath that to the inside core layer, which is softer, more delicate, more delicious, nicer to eat. Breaking it down to the heart of the artichoke. There you have artichoke heart. Okay, now that goes straight into your water with lemon while you do the other ones. Same thing. If that stem is really fibrous, knock it off. Don't be afraid to cut some of that stem off because it's going to be really tough and chewy to eat. It depends on every artichoke how much stem you can eat. So there's your 3 artichokes. Very important that you're keeping them in ice water, or lemon water rather, to stop them from oxidizing, okay? If you're doing a lot of these, wear gloves. They have a tendency to make your hands really sticky, not pleasant. Now what you're gonna do, take your artichokes and just plunge them straight into your barigoule liquid. And we're just gonna poach them nice and gently. Turn that down, low simmer. And what we're gonna do is put something on top of it called a cartouche. Cartouche is a parchment paper lid that's gonna completely submerge them under the liquid. So cut ourselves a nice square of parchment like that. Take that parchment, fold it in half. Then take that half and fold it in half. Then in that corner where you folded it, you're gonna pinch it and divide the paper in half each way going forward. Okay, then what we need to do is measure it. So this is gonna be a circle. You need to go from the center of the pot to the edge of the pot. That's gonna be the diameter. You put your finger right there. You take scissors or a knife and cut it. And then watch, when you open it, you're gonna have a nice, perfect circle that you can take and put right on top of your artichokes. It's important that you put a cartouche on them because you wanna make sure that the tops are fully submerged, they're held down underwater, and they're poaching nicely in there, okay? So these are gonna poach for probably 10 minutes before they're fully cooked. So while these artichokes are cooking, I'm gonna get my salad ready that I'm gonna serve them with. Artichokes love simplicity. Artichokes are a Mediterranean vegetable. You know, they serve tomatoes, think tomatoes, white mushrooms, Parmesan cheese, lettuces. They're great with salads, they're great with olives, you know. So I'm gonna prepare a really simple little salad. Radicchio, some sun-dried tomatoes, some olives, Parmesan cheese, lemon juice, and olive oil. So simple, so few ingredients. It's gonna be delicious, all right? So let's get this radicchio ready. Just cut the stem off, knock it in half, quarters. Just rip off some of these leaves. And I just wanna probably cut the quarters in half. So you just have these nice sort of bite-sized wedges of radicchio. We've got these beautiful Spanish olives. Just gonna cut them in half. We've got sun-dried tomatoes all around. Bring them into the party a little bit, make it interesting. Really sweet. Okay guys, so our artichokes have been poaching for about 20-25 minutes, okay? I checked them by taking my turning knife and just inserting it right through this part here, the thickest part, and it goes through with no resistance, okay? That's what you want, all right? Now, they've been simmering. I turned the pan off and I've let them just sit in that liquid a little bit longer, let them soak in that liquid a little bit longer. You can actually keep these now in the fridge in this liquid, completely submerged, cold, and they just stay beautiful. They keep absorbing the liquid. It's really nice. I've got my beautiful salad here, radicchio, olives, sun-dried tomatoes. And now I'm just gonna cut open my artichokes. If you didn't cut enough the first time, the outer leaves have a tendency to be still a little bit hard and chewy. And what you're gonna do is just take the inside of the artichoke right here, all of these sort of fuzzy bits, and you're just gonna trim those right off. I like to trim them off after I cook them because I get a lot more of a nice, even, perfect cut as opposed to cutting them off before. And place them all the way around. Now it depends on the time of year with the artichokes. Sometimes the leaves are less chewy and more pleasurable to eat. Sometimes they get harder. It all just depends what time of year. Taste them, make sure you're trying them so you know what you're putting on the plate. Now every artichoke's a little bit different, guys. When you cut into them, you have to know what's hard and what's not. Sometimes the stem goes too high, sometimes the stem stays pretty hard and you don't really get much out of it. A little bit of basil. Parmesan cheese. lemon. And then last but not least, olive oil. Salt. Pepper. There you have a beautiful, vibrant, fresh artichoke salad. Artichokes cooked in barigoule, served with radicchio, sun-dried tomatoes, olives, Parmesan cheese, a little bit of basil, lemon juice, and that's it. Salt and pepper. Very simple, guys. Healthy, easy, quick, delicious. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. It's singing. Cut.